if you just say Zeri, Lulu, and Lucianami, I am going to be upset.
Well, I was going to say Lucianami, but OMG having other plans. We've been having a lot of priority come out on like the first rotations of Gragas. Aki only playing it once so far. Neither Creme nor Shanji picked it up. But also having the Tristana, which I love when OMG goes with because it is a flex. Abel is one of the AD carries who historically has been willing to bring out this champion, has played in this split. And yeah, just gives OMG a lot of, I'd say, dynamic explosion potential on the Rift.
Love that flexibility. Again, OMG are that team that had these unique pockets. Things like the Tristana, you know, Abel as well has had Samira banned against him almost 24/7 in this split as well. They've got a lot of respect for these pocket picks. Even the Rumble for Shanji is something we might be talking about this series, especially up against TheShy. Is getting excited for that matchup, considering right now we do have OMG playing it safe. Shanji runs up on the Ksante top lane. This means that Weibo might have a counter response here to set up for TheShy's lane.
I also just like this because you're taking away the Ksante, you're banning out the Scion, two of the things TheShy has been, again, more stable on and able to find these huge impacts. The Ksante specifically is 14 games on the pick this split. His next most played is Gnar at 6, and then everything is 2 or less. So really going to be pinching him and kind of pushing Weibo in a different direction, which might be good for their comp because, you know, you have the Zeri, Lulu, and bot side, so it could potentially set up for TheShy to get his hands on the carry and play more around that top half of the map. And now looking at where Weibo want to go, wanting to take away some of these engaged supports that might want to pair well with that Tristana, but still paying respect to the fact that that Tristana can go into the hands of Creme. So looking at next pick, I mean, if you want to save that Tristana to continue to be a flex, you can even just look to pick support here, which I feel like would hard signal where it is going to go, but it looks like no. Instead, just going to end up opting into the Varus.
Okay, well, we know exactly where it's going then, at the very least. Is dude, we're just getting Xiaohu happiness on our screen at the same time. Now we get to see where these solo laners go. Yes, we get Zeri Lulu bot, but bro, anything's possible. We've even seen Alawi in the LPL this split. We've seen TheShy on Quinn. TheShy's Gnar, his most picked. Come on, man. Again, I guess TheShy just says, well, he wants to go with a firm favorite.
And now for Weibo, I mean, yeah, I feel like a lot's going to be up to Xiaohu and TheShy with these picks coming out. I do expect this to be locked in, give them some potential to try and find that assassination onto Creme in the mid lane. You know, marksman pick, very squishy, Tristana mobile herself, so things like the Spirit Rush combined with Karsa able to come in should be able to do quite a bit up against them. Ooh, this has been another pick, though, that we've seen Ppgod doing incredibly well, and he locks it in. 3 games, all wins, 18.5 KDA on the pick. And it's been one of the ones that, again, I really like to see from OMG when we've been getting a lot of compositions that are kind of shorter range, do want to come into. You expect that from the Vi. You know, champions like the Gnar as well, Ahri, have to be very conscious of where these members are. But one huge ultimate from Ppgod, and that fight just going straight in favor of OMG.
I feel like, though, we're looking at the potential of explosive mid, though, Lyric, right? Strong 2v2 on Weibo, strong 2v2 on OMG's side. A lot of CC combination, and I feel like whoever takes over mid might just take over the world.
100%. For Weibo, it's about shutting...
And OMG will be our 4th team locked in here today. That's a crazy accomplishment, considering that OMG have for a while been that team that have been on like the 8th, the 9th, the 10th spot. Lyric, this will be a great start for them in this split in this year to show us that maybe they're better than what they have been in previous years, and maybe they're worth more respect here as we get into Summoner's Rift.
Especially if they can make a push past where they have traditionally been, where, you know, they're a team who usually does kind of like scrape by into playoffs, but can't really make it any further than that. So for OMG, I'd love to see them be able to push, again, whether it's to like a 3rd round of playoffs, maybe even start making their way up to like, you know, it looks very hard for them to try and lock in double elim from regular season, but they've been looking so good, they can win a best of 5, they can make it up there. In my mind, even if OMG don't win, even if OMG don't go to MSI, just seeing them consistently make progress with this core, split on top of split, is a win.
I think, again, like, sticking with the same roster, the development there, It's great to see. Now, Lyric, let's just get one thing out of the way before we get into this. I don't know what you're at the moment. I am looking at like YouTube when it first released. You know, 2007. You know what I'm talking about? When they had the lightsaber video with the guy in the green room. Oh, it's gotten better.
I was going to say, I feel like the best way to describe how it was a second ago is it looks like the player names are like ancient Mayan scripts. And you're like, what is going on?
Oh my God. Something that like the Egyptian pharaohs would be reciting to us as well. We're trying to write it down, but as Ppgod goes for the all-in, get a good trade in the bottom lane. Ladies and gentlemen, we can admit that our sight is back. We are now at 720 again, and we even see the level 2 heal forward. What crisp. The emphasis there, Lyric, was incredible.
Yeah, crisp and light, just running them down. 2 summoners burnt on the side of OMG. Ppgod actually incredibly low, so even just overall HP advantage going the side of Weibo's bot lane. And we hit on it that, you know, Weibo's bot lane light especially has really been one of the shiny, consistent pieces, which is why OMG are wanting to put some attention down towards this bot lane. But Aki standing on top of a ward. You're never going to be able to find light like that, my dude.
Well, as he walks away, Xiaohu, or rather Karsa, excuse me, who's ready to react and get into that bottom lane. Just across the board, though, quick uptake of the lanes and how we've started this game off. Xiaohu was down quite a bit of CS, but it looks like it was just the shove in. However, I could be correct, Lyric, because as Creme reacts to this next wave, that's a big gappity gap in mid already.
And it just comes from the Tristana. It's why we said, especially for Weibo, you don't want to see them leave it to like an isolated 1v1. Sure, post 6, sorry, we'll have more opportunities with the Spirit Rush and do a charm and try and get something going, but I still feel like it should be incredibly hard to be able to kill Creme in those situations. So it's about finding that influence. I think for Weibo, you're probably going to be waiting till around 6 before even Karsa starts rearing his head for a 2v2. Maybe some opportunities come earlier on, but
he's found a perfect timing as well. The flash was burned from Ppgod, but he's out behind Abel. Karsa, great opportunity, but unfortunately a poor connection.
Still good presence of mind by Abel to even just be playing at that angle to make sure that Karsa really can't traverse him and has no way of getting down there. Is going to see TheShy potentially trying to run Shanji down.
Well, that's nice, isn't it? Just seeing Gnar batter down the hatches a little bit and smack it out on the other side. At least bot lane survives here for OMG, and you can see there's already a small gold lead because of the Creme's wow.
The
Creme's individual lead. There we go. Creme fresh. I always wondered, should we be calling him Creme? Hang on, Aki's going to get the smite down here before Karsa gets his way with it. And Aki as well, actually up by 10 CS.
Which is kind of surprising when you think about the fact that Karsa, like, did just stay with clearing his own jungle before, you know, Aki being the first one to pivot down towards that bot lane. But I guess with Karsa, also giving some time is Creme.
Good buffer. That's ridiculous.
Does have the teleport up.
He can buffer too much on Tristana, hey. Like, Tristana can buffer a lot of abilities in the game that shouldn't be buffered.
Yeah, I also want to highlight, just because, you know, this trade looks pretty bad on paper, but Xiaohu had already recalled and had already TP'd back to lane, to where obviously Creme still hasn't, going to have his TP now, so he's going to do just fine. Also having the Vamp Scepter now, so we'll be able to try to sustain out some of the poke that Xiaohu will be dishing out.
Well, as we see the TP used to get back into lane, Creme is here now with the Vamp Scepter, as you mentioned. Xiaohu does have level 6, though, and as you were talking about in drafting phase, this is about OMG using the pushing power of Tristana, about Weibo finding a response to mid as well and stopping that from happening. Mid still seems to be the prime moment here, as those ultis are going to make us talk about them a little bit more. But as you're also talking about those ultis on the jungle, it's also super important. We have to see what happens when Karsa gets 6, when Aki gets 6, around these first neutrals too, to see if they can start snowballing this game.
Yeah, Karsa, though, actually just wanting to pay more attention to bot. Maybe wanting to cover right now, knowing his bot lane's pushing in that wave pretty aggressively and expecting that Aki can find an opportunity here. But Aki not even thinking about bot lane right now, wanting to work his way. Oh, maybe he is. Maybe he's working his way around.
He was spotted, though. There was some good wards from Weibo, so Karsa knows that the fat man lies here. However, ships in the night. Boys staring at massive walls. What will they do about it? As Karsa and Aki meet up in river, Xiaohu has that ulti, Creme's here as well. In the LPL, I always believe in a nice piece of blood. the Urukai saying meat's back on the menu, boys. That resonates with the LPL as well, as we're just continually hovering in the river, Lyric. Never mind, just chilling.
You look at the jungles, though, and no camps up. Now Raptors being there for Aki. Blue going to be up soon for the side of Weibo. Okay.
They are going all in. Aki's going to come in, distracted a little bit by Karsa, but Aki just runs past him into Creme. Forget it. Karsa's like, look at me, and Aki cares not.
No, just go straight for Chris. But a lot of that coming down to Ppgod finding the handshake to start the trade off with. Just a nice job realizing that they have the mobility, they have the ability to find that play, and now Weibo still wanting to find a punish onto Aki.
It's a flash, it's a charm, the connection, they used a lot for that, and they will still find it. So Weibo with a quick response. It's on the jungler too, Lyric, and maybe that enhances the ability to look at this first drag.
I wonder if they'll think about it once Chris gets back to lane and they push out this bottom wave, because you can see now it being crashed in. Abel and Ppgod going to go for that reset, but we're going to get a replay here. Handshake comes out really nice, just sets up for Abel to get the trade. Even the proc of the Guardian there. Like you said, Aki, especially the fact that he is Predator, right? Because Karsa can't keep up. Maybe if Karsa was able to keep up, you could just follow the Gragas and like try to flash in front of him. But yeah, with that Predator, even that is not possible. It does look like Weibo went with what I was saying. Wait for Crisp to get back to lane, push out that bot wave, and just to make sure you're able to get that dragon very safely. So, objective going over the side of Weibo, but look at Aki on the minimap. OMG wanting to find something of their own with that Herald, but with Weibo coming out from base now, they might potentially be able to look for a contest.
Perhaps. It's going to have to be pretty quick movement.
Nope.
Lulu is going forward, but Lyric, I guess they're a little bit too late to this one.
Yeah, not wanting to go for it. It's like you said, had they made a beeline straight to it, like Karsa finished off the red and go to it, even if you end up giving it over, maybe they could have, been a position to find a fight. But with Xiaohu not having Spear Rush, it does seem like a smarter thing to opt out of when, the whole core of OMG who are around there did have their ultis online. So, nice job by Weibo to realize, hey, they don't really need to go for anything right now. But still, OMG playing for that gold lead. They take the Herald. They have CS leads, which are having them sit at about a 1K gold lead right now. And a lot of that coming down to like what Creme's been able to do in mid, even finding himself 2 plates already.
It's a huge advantage. It's another reason why OMG, we talk about these pockets consistently. Creme has the Akali ban against him 80% of all games is split. There's just some champions where like OMG demand respect on, attack. And Creme is just, I guess a great duelist, Lyric? Is that the right word I'm looking for? Good duelist player. I don't know.
Have you been casting Valorant recently?
Yeah, I did play a bit, I've been playing a bit. Dude, the new champion is just Echo with greener hair. I will say that, new agent. But his portrait in game looks like it's 144p. I can't get over it. Play Valorant, everyone else has their animation. You're like, why is he in low res?
He also does look like he's like a Fortnite character. I will say that. But Weibo, focus on them now because they have ults up. And with the ult from Karsa, the cease and desist, it would be very easy to potentially find something onto Creme, but not wanting to go with it, just waiting for the lane pros to come out to turn this into a scuttle crab. And I mean, hell, you're at a point now where we've seen TheShy consistently have prio on top side. Now, with levels under his belt, Xiaohu's able to threaten in mid, which is giving him push there. So I'd love to see some link up between the Weibo soul lanes in jungle and actually start finding proactive moves on the map while they have these windows.
TheShy just narrowly avoiding that Natopo strike as well. The Ghost is going to be popped. TheShy in a bit of trouble. The all-out's there, but it just sends him further in the right direction. However, the damage is now here, but Shanji getting autoed to death. Mega Shy not there. Flashes from the explosive cast. The damage so close to being a KO, but he survives. He gets out. While top all the attention's there, OMG's bot's going to be in trouble, Lyric.
And look at the map. Ppgod's not here. He's wrapping around from the opposite side of lane. I guess Abel being incredibly lucky that there is no wave on the side of Weibo to try and make that dive possible. At the end of the day, will just be the Gromp taken away. But Weibo still hunting, still fishing for this. Vision denied, but Aki, good presence of mind to make sure get some vision down before just making a mistake of walking into that fog of war. So we've seen Weibo spending a lot of time hunting for this. Karsa really just going back and forth between river, wrapping around to mid, looking at it from the Raptor camp on top side, going into enemy jungle on bot side, but the opportunities just aren't being given over by OMG.
Again, OMG with some more structured play. We're complimenting them here this split, but more importantly, complimented them at the start of broadcast. They are one series away from locking in playoffs as our 4th team. Weibo, I might have said we're a top 3 team at the start of the split. I stood by that, but sometimes you just, you know, with the good comes the bad. And Weibo of that team, you know, I don't know if Joe agrees with the mojo, but I think Weibo have the most mojo because mojo's not always a good thing, like 100% of the time.
So I actually predicted Weibo to win the split. I didn't think they would be the best team. I actually,
sexy man.
I thought this would actually, this is a very fair representation of Weibo, how they've done this. Would beat some top teams, lose some teams under them, and it be all over the place. But it's just the fact of like, if that all goes right on the right day, that could win you a championship. Though I guess with LPL's playoff format, that would need to go right on a lot of days. On very many days.
That's right. That's what makes them such a great team, but sometimes, as you said, such a questionable team as well. Dragon's coming up in 15 seconds, and we're going to get a good representation of that. They got the first one. Weibo have got all the tools here to try and bring it forward as Herald close to getting down the kill. Smite was used from Karsa, but he's got another charge. 10 seconds left to go on that. OMG getting the river first thanks to Herald. And with that push as well, Weibo are now on the defensive.
OMG, their composition is great when Weibo are playing right in front of them. You have so many ways to disengage, to buy space, to zone control where Weibo are. Even Shanji making his way down. Weibo theoretically, I mean, you'd want to find a pick first, but even if you just outright first one member, right? Creme are able overstepping. Karsa and Xiaohu having the ability to traverse so much distance is...
Oh, it's a bait. It's a bait. There's the Ultra Shock as well, and they get Ppgod before he can do anything. His ulti was up and he died to the explosive cast flashlight. Beautiful movement. Chris gets out as well, but Karsa now in trouble. But Light can take this over. This is his fight. This is his fight. Zeri versus Abel. They kill each other. Creme jumps in onto Chris against the wall. Click, click. Boom.
No shield, no wild growth for Chris to be able to finish that one. Man, it has to feel bad that you guys weren't able to finish off Ahri, or that would have just been, again, a solid trade, an even trade across the board. The difference maker being the fact that Creme was still in mid, was able to make his way down, and was able to finish off that last kill. But at least TheShy being a bit of a shining light up in top side. Oh, Creme?
He ran into an Everfrost and a Charm, but Creme still, it's an auto attack, 80 carry mid. Xiaohu has flash available for Spirit Rush there as well. Derek, I can sense magic in the air. I can sense Xiaohu saying, bro, I want to kill this man. Who was it who said, I want to kill TheShy or something? And it was like, guys, you mean outside the rift, right? As we'll look at the replay on that note.
Yeah, going for Ppgod, I think a lot of it being the fear from that ultimate of why they want to focus him out. Maybe the polymorph was a bit of overkill, but still, they get him in the end. Karsa not going to be able to get out, and Light wanting to run them down. The healing coming out from Abel, making it so he survives and can at least trade 1-for-1 in that scenario. And then, like I said, Creme making his way down. Look where Xiaohu is on the minimap. He had gone for a reset and isn't going to be able to make his way over in time, potentially, again, making a 3-for-3 at the end of the day. Still, though, Weibo are the team now threatening Herald, but unlike Weibo last time, OMG do want to prevent this. OMG do want to look for the fight. We can see Mythics coming online across the board this time around.
Black
but Shanji TPing the bot, so this will just be a 4v4. Neither top lane can join up.
Is Ahri going to walk into death? Barrel roll, okay. Star Fox adventures here from Ahri as Xiaohu takes a lot of damage from the Night Harvest of Gragas. TheShy moves back down bot. He's already TP'd in. Shanji has already burned his TP as well. So if they stay here, they will not be able to join that Rift Herald fight. As I feel like Lulu might need some new voice lines lyric. You know, sitting there watching that, you know, she says that tasted purple. I wonder if she'd ever say that tasted bomba when she dies from an explosion. As there's Karsa running away. Good charm from Xiaohu, buys a bit of space. But OMG again have a bit of priority here. These guys feeling strong yet again.
You know, going back to what you just said, isn't it impressive that Richie Valens wrote the song La Bamba without actually knowing Spanish? He didn't actually know Spanish, but he still wrote the song. So no, he didn't. I mean, he was, like his family obviously spoke Spanish, Mexican descent, but still he didn't, he just like learned how to say the words without ever actually learning Spanish itself. So yeah, La Bamba, absolute banger.
Isn't 90% of it Well, hang on, not 90%, 99%
No, it
is
is
all Spanish.
Yeah.
I'm
So,
actually
very
trying to
impressive.
remember the English. I don't think there is any English in it. I
Yeah,
didn't know if La Bamba
a lot of
was...
it's just like that, like all the,
Yeah.
I'm not going to sing La Bamba on broadcast. No one deserves that. This is actually
Yeah.
a very important game too, so a lot of important OGs watching this
Yeah.
game right now.
Look, that's okay. Sometimes you just got to live it up. Today is Monday, and when you broadcast on a Monday, you're allowed to go off the rails. Unfortunately, though, I go off the rails whether it's a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, whatever day it is. So maybe we'll just leave that
Look,
rule
when
in
you've been
place.
here, when you casted the LPL for years, especially in a very small cast we used to have, you can go off the rails whenever you want.
Thank you, sir.
You need to pick and choose.
I appreciate that. I'll see if I can incorporate some of the La Bamba lyrics into cast. La Bamba lyrics. 45 seconds till Dragon. And as Richie Fallon said, yo no soy marinero. I see soy, I see marinade or almost. No soy. And I think that's the tale of this Weibo game so far. There hasn't been much salt in it. Right, we've had stable lanes, we've had a lot of Karsa interacting with enemy jungle, but not enough salt outside that bottom lane play. So that's why we have Yo No Soy. As 20 seconds come through for the Chemtech Dragon lyric, I'm kind of curious about Weibo, as you were saying, finding that pick to add a bit of that salt, that spice into this server.
The good thing for OMG is that they have multiple damage threats, right? Both Creme and Abel now. Even picking up their second item, Ginsu's coming online for Abel, Bloodthirster there for Creme. So even if you do single out one member, like, it's rough because then you got to also consider Ppgod with his ultimate, because if you single out a carry and that comes through and then his W's there, is OMG gonna look for the fight.
Chance Corruption hits at max range as well onto the Dragon. Jungle's not here yet. Smite though is taken out of the pit. He just runs in and that is mine. As he shouts it out, Shanji's going to die for it, but TheShy has kept the whole team at bay. He's about to go make Gnar, and he has flash. TheShy has flash, ladies and gentlemen, as flash comes through from Ahri into the wall. Meanwhile, on the back of the fight, Wild Growth is there. Why would you run into Mike Shy in peak form? That guy is chunky. Onto Creme now, his ult's already used, but he's slowed down. TheShy threw a house at him. The mortgage price is too much to deal with. Creme defaults on the loan, but Weibo take the house apart piece by piece.
I love to see Light as well, flashing forward, following up, knowing TheShy about to be mega, that those windows, those opportunities are going to be there to take the fight. So they might have lost Dragon from some heads-up play from Shanji specifically, just eating Karsa out of there. But still, wait, what the fight we see here. Dragon will go through as Karsa taken out of the pit. Members of OMG trying to just run down TheShy, but not able to do so. He's very tanky. Just want to remember again, he was winning his lane. He was getting plays. Right there, Light flashing in to get damage on Abel. Even able to E away and make sure he doesn't get hit by Aki's body slam. And then TheShy able to set up the other pick with his ulti. So in my mind, a lot of that fight coming down to Light, a lot of it coming down to just the positioning of the fight around Dragon, and OMG not being able to get on top of it and really burst out TheShy. So again, Weibo lost the objective, but I think they'll be happy now finding a 2K gold lead.
And I know we talked a lot about early game. We talked about, snowballing and how mid control came into it, or rather mid champ. What we're seeing right now is that Light has not only been getting involved in kills, but he's been cruising up towards that 3-item mark. Renan's already picked up, which we don't see much, let's be real, with the Infinity Edge changes and with the lethality, the crit changes is not important because Creme's about to die. Who wants to die today? Creme, is it you? He lines up and he said, please let me out. He gets CC for days. The mid-jungle combination we talked about on Weibo is huge as TheShy gonna go mega again. Abel under turret, does it matter? TheShy says, no, this time I'm gonna play it safe as Abel won't get the reset. I guess he was playing it safe indeed as Weibo Lyric are finding these surprising picks.
It's so nice to see because, again, Weibo have been a team who have been able to struggle against teams around them in the standings, losing to teams like TT, losing to RNG the other day.
Oh, is he in trouble? He tried to get them distracted. The all-out use, TheShy can't get out. He's dead. But Weibo is still on this Baron at 4K, 3K. Renata ult is up. Renata ult in front of Baron. It comes through, but is it too late? Smite in time. Aki can't get the steal.
It's good to see Karsa being able to be on point with that one. It would have been so tragic had TheShy going down been the thing that kind of changed the trajectory of this game because, oh, wait, what is... Okay, I was going to say, what is Karsa angling for here? I feel like TheShy's been having a really solid game again, just left in that isolated 1v1. You know, he knows exactly his limits and what he's able to do on the Gnar pick, and finding a lead for himself to where, I mean, on 2.5 items, Shanji hasn't even finished his second yet. We're going to get to see a replay of what went down here. Not expecting the members to be here. I don't know why, because look at like a position up top wave. Creme getting set up, just sort of very easy pick to be able to come through, and then wanting to follow it forward light. Once again, running down Abel, and sadly not able to revive.
In the exact same spot, they run in Abel's dead. Again, 2-4-2. He's having a great game in bot. He had a beautiful trade earlier, but now as Gragas slams down the Ale, he's just been caught out multiple times by Weibo.
Weibo just having a great understanding of their win conditions, like knowing it's coming down to like singling out and focusing these members. You don't necessarily just want to run at them right in front of Dragon, which is why we saw they didn't do that before. You don't want Renata's tools to come in handy, the ultimate to be there. You don't want explosive cast to potentially like single out some members of Weibo. So doing a great job of finding these opportunities and not letting themselves be put in those situations.
Lyric, I just noticed there's a Seeker's Arm Guard in the inventory of Abel. Is he that scared that he's building a Zonyas? Is he like, dude, I need to live?
Honestly, I can see it, right? I mean, Karsa going to press R on you, wanting to find ways to survive that. Xiaohu going to jump over walls. So for Abel, we're going to see if it does get him to a point where he can start surviving, and then you should have more consistent DPS between the fact that you have 2 marksmen. But still, I mean, like, a solid source, even Ash, just the singular marksman on the side of Weibo with the Zeri pickup. So Dragon up in 10 seconds. Creme's flash should be up very soon. Lights also will be up in time for this. Gonna see it. OMG again, keep the fight on their terms. Contesting wave as 5 members. Try to get in there. Don't allow Karsa and Xiaohu to once again find access to the back line. Ppgod's ult needs to have huge impact. Like, Ppgod has to be the member that we're looking at.
So far, no, it hasn't. And in front of the Baron, the most members ever hit is Weibo trying to pick past pieces again. Wisehawk here by himself, but maybe for the body slam. Ulti in, they got Xiaohu. Ppgod's ulti lyric, he said it and it found something, but now Light can bring it all back in. He's got Navori in the Shy's ulti. What Creme that did it to him. Meals on wheels for the quadra kill. Might Shy hits the dragon, while Light yet again opens the death note. In they go!
Huge pentakill for Light being set up by TheShy. Great team fighting coming out from Weibo overall. It looked like it was going to be a little bit dicey with Aki finding the engage. But my God, now making the rep to 6K gold lead like TheShy, this Weibo team, they are online today.
Every time we've seen a Zeri set up in the LPL, it's led to a quadra or a penta this split. As we look again, because Lyric, it was such a good start from OMG.
Yeah, but the one person that didn't really get locked up was Light. So able to just run them down, putting all the damage in TheShy here. Flashes, gets a knockback on the 4 members who were fighting their escape. And then Light, I mean, being so charged up from the ulti, just able to keep running the rest of OMG down. Huge. This is why we said, on Weibo's like best days and Weibo's good days, it can be terrifying. OMG, 5 series win streak, and now Weibo in game 1 looking dominant.
They won a 4v5. Xiaohu died at the start, doing 17 damage. He probably sneezed on them. And then as he goes down, the rest of the fight, TheShy, as you pointed out so expertly, untouched in that backline, just having a field day, having another great game. And you know, TheShy might have some blunders in this split, like any other, right? But as he was saying in recent interviews, he thinks he's playing better than 2018. And there are moments where absolutely he is. 2-1-6 here. 8 out of 14 kill participation. Won't get you writing to your mother about that one, but you will be telling her that he's 3 items, armor resistant, up to the knees. And holding down the side lane fort for the time being is Weibo with a 6,000 gold lead. They've got double dragon now. Abel trying to find a pick, but onto Karsa as he flashes away. That Vault Breaker can turn around, but the arrow set up in quiver from Abel. As he launches it, Karsa moves to half HP, but Creme jumping up to Light. I'm not sure that's the best idea, especially with Crisp nearby.
No, so no fight can happen right now. Weibo's still going to look to push in these waves and play around Light. Light is a monster right now. So huge. Is he going to actually go in? Oh, they go for him. Creme, he's gone.
For the ulti. Light just presses R. Karsa's ulti goes on cooldown, unfortunately, but as Charm comes through, Shanji will be unstoppable, even dodging away from the Evercross. Rather, Xiaohu's angle not right, but still, it's another pick down as TheShy under turret just goes into Abel. Does he care as Abel pokes him down, but it's not enough damage. It's full armor on TheShy. As Shanji doesn't get the Natopo strike, Weibo are blasting down OMG's base in top meanwhile.
Oh, just great job. TheShy being distraction, Light being the main carry of the other forces. And this is one of the things in terms of, we're like, hey, look at the roster, you can understand why like things have gone the way it does. It also makes an incredible amount of sense to have a guy as consistent, as solid, as top tier as Light, when you do have a top side of the map that is more volatile. Again, it isn't always about the flashy plays with Light. It was about a flashy play in this game. But, you know, he has been the member who I think has consistently looked the best of this split and is definitely someone that you could put your eggs in the Light basket, put him on something like the Zeri and know he's going to be able to take over.
And again, like, Light, as you said, has been so underrated in many, many different splits. I feel like the fact that it's not always like, oh my god, Jacula flashed into 5 people but killed 3. It is something more solid. It is something that may be a little bit more consistent, right? And Crisp as well has been such a great facilitating support for him. As we even saw in the lanes, I think Crisp gets a looked over when Light gets pentas like these. As Lyric, I'm going to hold you on that thought. We can talk about it later because TheShy's got to go mega in front of Baron. He's trying to buy time. OMG running into TheShy, backs away. It's ultra shock over the wall. Light goes through the steal though.
He got it!
Aki! That man finding a steal means that OMG run away with Baron with 4 people. That Gragas, man, he could take me on a date anytime.
OMG living to fight another day is huge for them. We can see if Weibo can make do with the fact that they have numbers advantage on the map right now. It doesn't look like it. TheShy pushing in top. Maybe they try to find something there, but Dragon not up for another 45 seconds, so Aki has plenty of time to be up for that one. He'll be up in 15. But it looks like, okay, choke them out of more gold, more experience, take away all their jungle camps, and just to make sure that they're going to stay at the deficit they found themselves in. But my God, getting a Baron, being able to solve this game a little bit more, you'll take that.
Lyric, question to you. What do you think Gragas' favorite restaurant is? What would I get ready for? You know, me and Gragas sitting there. He's obviously got the drinks order already underway. Where'd we go?
You know, I need to have time to think about that because the crazy thing is the fact that Aki should be dead. That Aki was like literally a dead man walking in that scenario and has enough time to get the smite down. Weibo tried to lock him up, tried to take him out.
Uh-oh. Not again. Creme this time. It's TheShy though. Xiaohu wasn't even involved as Karsa setting up another. You know what really hurts as a Tristana? When you have point and click CC that will follow you anyway.
Yeah, and just point and click CC, the ability to close large amounts of distance, so even things like your ulti or your W don't mean all too much. And that's one thing that Weibo were able to index heavily into to make sure that they're able to get this going. And now looking at items, right, TheShy, you don't have to pour incredibly tanky with the fact going into armor, realizing that, hey, Aki's the only real AP on the squad he's to contend with, also having the QSS to be able to outplay some of these situations. Death cap on Xiaohu, so he's also a large damage that you have to pay respect to.
Good sidestep from TheShy, and Topo strike to send him back, and Shanji with the ulti with his team could have turned into a potential pick-off here with that Baron buff to slow things down even further. OMG are behind 7,000 gold, and Lyric, there's only one question left. Have you had a thought? Have you had to think about it?
You know, I have been thinking, because I feel like when you ask what Gragas' favorite restaurant is, I'm trying to think of something like pretty trashy, something you can go get. You know, you can go.
Or like
you
the
can
Bavarian.
Go your full.
You know, like a Bavarian pub would be a good guess, right?
I don't know why I want to imagine Gragas at like a fancy, like 5-star, like Michelin star French restaurant. That's what I want to imagine out of my Gragas.
Esquire.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I want Gragas with a bit of a culture to him, a bit of an edge.
Like
still
Gordon Ramsay's restaurant or something, right? You know, Gragas sitting in there and he's got his suit on, and Gordon comes up to him personally because they've known each other for years. Who knew? That's kind of what...
two pieces of bread right on each side of Gragas' face, and then Ramsay regrets it for the rest of his life.
Oh, and then Gragas ultis Gordon Ramsay, and man, that's how Gordon Ramsay joined League of Legends. You imagine the special import. That's when sponsorship goes maybe too far. Gordon Ramsay joins in. What would his ult be?
Look,
maybe it is the idiot sandwich. Lights out.
Me and you buy an org. We get Gordon Ramsay as their jungler, the first player we acquire.
Oh, hell yeah. I don't know. And then everyone can actually say, what is he cooking? And he probably is doing something on the side. TheShy again, sidesteps great. Chain of Corruption, flash from Ppgod, but Karsa goes golden. TheShy doesn't have a Mega Gnar, though. Did he think he did? I don't know. But as he dies there, that's a bit of a whoopsie from Weibo Gaming, and now Light has to carry the fight, but he gets wild growth. They jump on him. He goes golden grip, sends away Creme and Xiaohu now on Reset City. But Shanji getting that flip back. It's good, but where's the damage? Someone has to hit Light. Somebody. It's obviously him. Light is getting the first kill as he still patches up the ulti, but he runs out for the time being. OMG are away with it, and that's as good of a fight as we've seen in this game, as Weibo with a better whoopsie, but the charm almost sets it up again.
Yeah, that was close. I mean, Weibo kind of giving some kills over there, like you said, TheShy going in. But still, the fact that even with that, you can see that they're the winners of the fight, right? They're the ones forcing OMG back. They're the ones still able to push in the wave. They're the ones still able to take away these jungle camps. Just goes to show the lead that they've been able to find so far. I'm interested to get a replay of this one. Cool, we're actually going to jump right into it because we see it's actually able, wanting to go in. They find the lockdown on the Karsa and TheShy, I guess wanting to buy space, wanting to prevent the engage from coming out, but at least no Mega there. Luckily, Karsa buys a lot of space in the backline with Xiaohu. You get the initial pick coming out to where Light able to go golden, able to just kite out Shanji, but then no damage, able to consistently go onto members like Creme. So ends up being a 2 for 2 at the end of the day. A lot of the key tanks and zoning members able to get on the backline to make sure that this isn't a one-sided fight in either direction.
And remember, if you do jump in on Abel, he has a Zhonya's now. So with the AP coming forward, that was probably, I mean, I don't know, what are we getting from there as a fourth item? We'll wait and see, but still, a lot of survivability, a lot of time for it. I can say that about a lot of members as we A-ram once again. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a perfect way to end game one if this is how it truly ends. As OMG are out of it. In a choke, Xiaohu now getting ready. TheShy goes Mega, and they fear him. Even though he went to his death before, guys, we've already seen some of the best in the same game too. OMG run for the hills. Baron's almost up in about 15 seconds, so Weibo will have first dibs on that. OMG have to come back out onto the map and try and find a place in this first game.
And we're going to see here, still wanting to angle around for it. TheShy, we need to keep an eye on him and his Mega especially.
Chains Corruption. He gets felled. Okay. Saved by Chris.
He also does a QSS, so it could have potentially been that as we see Xiaohu.
Okay, he gets the charm on a Ppgod. There's the ulti though, but Light's already killed him. Beautifully done. Light though, look for the reset. He's still jumping in. Ahri gets interrupted though, and now Light can have a free tasting, man. It is a Michelin star restaurant when Light's involved as he chases down Shanji. Will still find that ulti. It's a triple. It's a quadra. We don't get a double penta. We broke history earlier in the split, but Light was close to doing it again.
And now, though, Weibo, they have a wave. They're going to be able to funnel down the base. Has been a bit messy. OMG been able to find some kills, but Weibo looked dominant this game.
I cannot believe we got close to double penta, but I cannot believe Light is ending on 16 kills from a bit of mess to a clean 3-course dinner. Weibo Gaming set their sights on a beautiful foundation of game one.
It looked good. It was really impressive, especially once we got, you know, like 10, 15 minutes in where you can see they very clearly understood how they should and want to play out this game. A lot of it coming down to the Vi and Ahri being the setup, and then Light just having a lot of freedom to be able to play these fights. I'm a picture now.
You are a picture. Lyric?
Oh, my camera froze. Well, it's what happens. The point is, right, a lot of it coming down from the Vi and Ahri being able to set up a Light, really being a standout. Crisp, I like how you highlighted it as well, because Crisp, he's been having a really good split. It's been that bot lane, again, the shining light for Weibo, but even TheShy this game, huge ultimates, other than there was a misstep here or there, but overall, these are the types of games you want to see from Weibo. All 5 members able to deliver. Again,
in very strange outcomes in some of the fights. Karsa having some great moments, TheShy with a beautiful yet also horrible moment within the same game. Light being consistent as always is nice to talk about, and I think overall, Weibo are hitting those expectations again, but Lyric, it's only one game. It is a fun first game, but Weibo have been a team that, have been questionable in some, and OMG have been surprising to say the least. So who knows how it goes next? But I think especially when mid didn't get off the ground for OMG, that was a bit of an issue considering how much time Ahri spent in bot instead.
Yeah, we didn't see them really try to like hover around, get vision control. And speaking of vision control, like Weibo's was really good, right? They were the ones keeping wards around mid. They were the ones having wards in the enemy jungle and making sure a lot of that wasn't able to happen. So just not able to find those opportunities. Weibo coming in, I think, with a really good read of how both compositions wanting to play out. Creme was able to get 2 plates, but never really able to convert it into anything more. So for OMG, we got to see some of their standard flavors. I guess not standard flavors of the overall league, but things like the Tristana flex, right? Even though mid lane Tristana is at least common enough these days, but even the Renata, some of the Ppgods love to fall into. But none of that meant anything in the face of Light and TheShy.
No, I think Light's damage just tells the story, doesn't it? I mean, TheShy went up against a tank. Guys, we know what that matchup's like, but Light almost doing 40k damage here. Abel having a good early game until he started getting caught, until Xiaohu and Karsa put on a clinic of picks. Creme and Abel were getting bullied out non-stop. And it's rough to see because OMG, I mean, they had really good responses to the early game, as I was saying, but still, just wasn't enough as at least Ahri, 100% kill participation by the end. That Gragas was involved in a lot.
Yeah, he tried his best to be able to get things going. It just wasn't enough. I like that you highlighted, because Karsa and Xiaohu's stats don't really look that impressive in this game, right? But still, it was them finding isolated members that would give Weibo like positional advantage and the ability to find this vision so easily. But still, wouldn't be surprised. We know who our MVP is going to be once we come back. There was a pentakill in this game. Pentakill is just the automatic sign of the light. Again, flashing forward, like eing aggressively. It's something that's really nice to see.
Dude, I don't know how you keep your arm up there, Lyric. It's so impressive. Again, mine's already getting sore, but hey, we'll see if you're still like
Send
that.
us to a break.
For a break. Game 1's done and dusted, but Game 2, we'll have a think about it and then come back to bring you